taketh away the heart of the chief of the people of the earth, and causeth them to wander in a wilderness where there is no way. They grope in the dark without light, and he maketh them to stagger like a drunken man.
Welcome back to Narrow Path Doctrine. My name is Jim. What you just heard is a sample of what we will get into here today. We are looking at the wisdom and sovereignty of God in the book of Job, specifically Job 12. We will reveal just who God is and how many misrepresent him in their teachings. Let's jump right in here.
And Job answered and said, No doubt, but ye are the people, and wisdom shall die with you. But I have understanding as well as you. I am not inferior to you, yea, who knoweth not such things as these?
In these first few verses, Job opens with holy irony. His friends speak as though wisdom resides exclusively with them, as though truth itself would perish if they were silent. Job exposes the arrogance of men who speak confidently about God while failing to understand his ways. And we could say that about a lot of church buildings and teachers here on YouTube. Job is not claiming superiority here. He is denying their false authority. He reminds them that the truths they recite are not profound revelations, but common observations. Orthodoxy on the lips does not equal wisdom in the heart. This rebuke stands as a warning against theological pride, knowing correct categories while misjudging God's purposes.
I am as one mocked of his neighbor, who calleth upon God, and he answereth him. The just upright man is laughed to scorn. He that is ready to slip with his feet is as a lamp despised in the thought of him that is at ease. The tabernacles of robbers prosper, and they that provoke God are secure, into whose hand God bringeth abundantly.
In these verses, Job confronts a painful reality. The upright man may be mocked, while those who provoke God enjoy security, and we can see that in our world today. This directly refutes the shallow doctrine that righteousness always results in immediate blessing and wickedness always results in immediate judgment. We know that not to be true. Job is not accusing God of injustice here, though. He is exposing the error of interpreting providence through a man-centered lens. God is not obligated to conform his dealings to human expectations. Prosperity is not proof of divine approval, and suffering is not proof of divine displeasure.
But ask now the beasts, and they shall teach thee, and the fowls of the air, and they shall tell thee, or speak to the earth, and it shall teach thee, and the fishes of the sea shall declare unto thee. Who knoweth not in all these that the hand of the Lord hath wrought this, in whose hand is the soul of every living thing, and the breath of all mankind?
Here Job points away from human reasoning and toward creation itself. The natural world testifies plainly that God is the active ruler of all things. Nothing exists independently of him. Life itself is sustained moment by moment by his hand and his hand alone. Every breath of mankind is dependent upon God's will. This utterly destroys the myth of human autonomy, in other words, human free will. Man does not possess life inherently. He receives it continually. Sovereignty belongs entirely to God.
Doth not the ear try words, and the mouth taste his meat? With the ancient is wisdom, and in length of days understanding. With him is wisdom and strength. He hath counsel and understanding.
Here Job acknowledges that experience often brings discernment, yet he immediately anchors true wisdom in God himself. Age may teach, but God alone possesses perfect wisdom, strength, counsel, and understanding. God does not consult wisdom. He is wisdom. He doesn't discover truth. He decrees it. And any system of theology that portrays God as reacting, learning, or adjusting misrepresents him.
Behold, he breaketh down, and it cannot be built again. He shutteth up a man, and there can be no opening. Behold, he withholdeth the waters, and they dry up. Also he sendeth them out, and they overturn the earth. With him is strength and wisdom. The deceived and the deceiver are his.
What God determines cannot be undone. When he shuts, no man opens. When he withholds, creation withers. When he sends forth, the earth itself is overturned. Even deception is not outside of his authority. Both the deceived and the deceiver are under his rule. This doesn't make God sinful, but it does affirm that nothing, good or evil, operates independently of his decree.
He leadeth counselors away spoiled, and maketh the judges fools. He looseth the bond of kings, and girdeth their loins with a girdle. He leadeth princes away spoiled, and overthroweth the mighty. He removeth away the speech of the trusty, and taketh away the understanding of the aged. He poureth contempt upon princes, and weakeneth the strength of the mighty.
Political power, human authority, and intellectual prestige are all temporary. Always have to remember that. God grants authority and removes it at will. Leaders stand only as long as he permits them to. This passage dismantles any trust in human institutions as ultimate. Kings, judges, and counselors fall when God withdraws wisdom and strength. History is governed by God, not by man.
He discovereth deep things out of darkness, and bringeth out to light the shadow of death. He increaseth the nations, and destroyeth them. He enlargeth the nations, and straighteneth them again.
God alone reveals what is hidden. Darkness does not conceal anything from him. Even death itself is subject to his knowledge and purpose. Nations rise and fall according to his will. Expansion and collapse proceed from the same sovereign hand. World history unfolds according to his divine decree, not human ambition.
He taketh away the heart of the chief of the people of the earth, and causeth them to wander in a wilderness where there is no way. They grope in the dark without light, and he maketh them to stagger like a drunken man.
When God removes understanding, human wisdom collapses entirely. Leaders stumble, nations lose direction, and men grope helplessly in darkness. This is the final blow to pride. Man is exposed as dependent, limited, and utterly subject to the will of God. So in conclusion here today in our study, Job 12 is a sweeping declaration of God's absolute sovereignty. Job refuses a theology that explains suffering by diminishing God. He insists that God rules fully, wisely, and irresistibly, even when his purposes are hidden. True faith does not demand explanations. It bows before the God whose wisdom cannot fail, whose power cannot be resisted, and whose purposes cannot be overturned. All right, thank you so much for joining me here for this quick little study here today. If you enjoy something like this, leave a comment down below and let me know, and we'll do some more studies along these same lines. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, share it with others, and if you have not subscribed to the channel as of yet, please do so and click the notification bell to get updates when new videos like this one come out here on the channel. So until next time, remember, true doctrine matters. God bless.
Through the firestorm, I'll hold on tight. With you guiding me, I'll find the light. Though the thunder roars, I won't lose sight. With the Lord, I'm winning every fight. The road is twisted, pain in the air.